Well, I want to welcome everyone to the game here. This is Ron Sponson TV. We're going to be seeing MLTP Week 5. It's going to be the Fellowship of the Ping taking on Some of All Spheres. I think the game is slated to start in just a few minutes here, so hang tightly. Alright, I want to welcome any new viewers here. This is Sponson TV. We're just getting set here for the MLTP Week 5 showdown between the Fellowship of the Ping and Some of All Spheres. I'm looking at the starting lineup here. It looks like for the Fellowship of the Ping, we're going to be having Ballstar, Luke Moo, 3.14 MP, and the Fatal Ace. And rounding it up for starting positions on the Sum of All Spheres, we've got Tojo, BG, Marwells 23, and Turbo. Fat Alice, thank you for the correction, Kermit. It'll be the Fat Alice, Luke Moo, Ballstar, and 3.14 MP for the Fellowship of the Ping. I think the maps for tonight are going to be, for the first game, it's going to be on Bombing Run, and we'll see the second game being taken place at the Smirk. think this is going to be a very exciting game. One thing I wanted to call out is I was looking at some of the records, and it looks like Some of All Spheres is the only team currently with an undefeated record. It's week 5 already. They've played 4 weeks, 8 games, and they've won every single game. Looks like the Fellowship of the Ping is 3-5, so they're just slightly under 50%. I think they're really gunning, wishing that they can cause the first loss for Some of All Spheres. Will we see that tonight? I'm not sure. But I'm hoping for some great games. I think we're going to see some excellent Tag Pro play by both teams here. All right, we're looking for our game here. We're about ready to start.
Three, two, one.
Well, it looks like we got one of each power-up to start it out here. It looks like Fat Alice able to grab all 3 of them. We've got the Holy Trinity here. Deploys the Rolling Bomb, uses the Tag Pro, grabs. Going to use the Juke Juice to get out. He's almost past 4, but unable to get past Turbo. That's going to slow him down a little bit. BG and Tojo there, and they're able to get the... They're able to try to prevent the cap. Looks like Ballstar coming in. Looks like we got a little bit of an issue with the logos here. I'm going to remove them so they're not in the way. So, both teams have the flag. Turbo's got it for Some of All Spheres, and the Fat Alice, and they head up for a kiss. Both teams have set on regrabs. Looks like we have power-ups coming up very soon. Nice return by Iblis, and Ballstar unable to cap. Looks like we also have one of each power-up. Again, Ballstar able to get the Holy Trinity using the bombs nicely to be able to dispense everyone out of there. Ballstar, still the Holy Trinity, hasn't deployed the Rolling Bomb yet. Marvel's doing a great job getting out of there, but then Lukemoo able to come in for the return. BG able to get out of there for Some of All Spheres, preventing the cap. And Fat Alice able to get a nice grab, unable to get past Marvels. Good positioning by Marvels. Oh, a nice juke by Fat Alice. He's able to get out of there. Tojo's there. It's a return for Cap for a second. Didn't get the return, though. Tojo navigating those bombs expertly. Ballstar able to get grab. Return for Cap potentially, but Iblis is there now. I don't think it's going to be a cap. Nice bomb by Ballstar. BG's the last one left. Fat Alice trying to get the snipe. Unable to get it, and that's not going to be a cap. Looks like BG able to grab the power-ups, and he gets returned because of the bomb. Iblis, nice grab. Tojo's got, Lukemo's got a block on Tojo. Looks like BG coming in with the Juke Juice, gets returned. Tojo there, Turbo coming in, and no cap there as they get a good job getting back to the base quickly. Turbo coming in, and he's going to get returned. Ooh, nice moves by the Fat Alice. unable to get out though, and Tojo's using those bombs pretty well. Unfortunately, yeah, he bombs right into the spikes. And BG, nice job by Fat Alice being able to reset. Looks like the Fellowship of the Ping is able to reset, and some of us Sphere is not able to reset yet. Ballstar, he's got a grab. He's gonna try to use the bomb, but Tojo, good job boosting in there, not allowing him to do anything fancy with those bombs. Fat Alice with the rolling bomb. This is potential here. Iblis needs to get the return, and he does, and that's a cap. Great job by Iblis getting that return in there. That was a great cap. I think we got an instant replay here. Fat Alice using the rolling bomb and getting the cap. And here we are again. It looks like both flag carriers, both teams have a flag carrier right now. Lukemo gets returned. Ballstar is the only one. Marwells needs to get that return, unable to get it, and Ballstar, good job getting out. Ballstar doing some good jobs getting past Marwells. Nice return to Ballstar, able to get a second cap. That was a great job. And again, some nice teamwork. And looks like they're able to come ahead with 2 caps now. Fellowship of the Ping taking the early lead. Again, some of us Spheres is undefeated so far, but they're off to a slow start as the Fellowship of the Ping able to line up 2 caps. Ballstar using those bombs to get Turbo lining up the snipe, and that's going to lead to a kiss. Lukemu is going to try to get out. Tojo's looks like he's going to get out, but Ballstar quick behind him. If Ballstar gets a return, it could have been a cap. The bomb popped up though, and that definitely wouldn't have been a cap. Looks like they get a return, and some of us Spheres is the only one holding the flag. Ooh, Turbo narrowly misses the bomb snipe. I think one thing that we've been seeing, we saw this a lot last week in MLTP with Bombing Run, is a very good use of the middle bombs. You're seeing it right now. I guess Turbo's fighting for those power-ups, but you're seeing a lot of people using these bombs in the middle for getaways to try to set up some fancy sniping opportunities, and that's something that we didn't see very much last season, so it's really nice to see that middle of the map being used so much this season. Ballstar, nice juke. He's able to get past BG. Unable to get to the bomb. Tojo is lining up the boost. He's going to boost. He might kiss. Looks like he doesn't want the kiss, and he's going to use the bomb to get past Ballstar. He's going to boost past Iblis, and Iblis, good job getting the return. Oh, the Fat Alice, good job getting out BG there for the regrab. Marwell's missing the snipe. And Lukemu getting one of the power-ups. BG might be able to get the other 2. He does. He's a Flake Pro with the Juke Juice. Lukemu got the rolling bomb regrab. This could be good, but and he uses it to get the return. Fat Alice has to get the return. It's a return for cap scenario if he can get past Turbo, which he does. Fat Alice needs that return, couldn't get the return, and it looks like that's not going to be a cap. Ballstar, the last line of defense, grabbing the regrab. Oh, good job using the bomb to get the return by Fat Alice. And Iblis getting reset to line up some blocks. He uses the bomb, and that almost sets up the cap. He's unable to get there. And a nice job by some of our Spheres to prevent the cap by pulling it out. But it looks like the Fellowship of the Ping setting up some blocks. Ballstar coming in, unable to get around the blocks. Tojo doing a good job staying off of Lukemu so that he's got a nice opportunity to go for the return. And again, Tojo, he's doing a very good job, and BG, they're staying on the correct side of the blockers, able to give a little bit of time here for Marwells to come in and make a nice grab. Carlander in chat is noting out Fat Alice is killing it. Let's see if he can kill it here. BG's got the flag. He did a good job faking to go top. He's going to boost around. Narrowly has the kiss, and both flag carriers returned. Good use of the bomb defensively to push the flag carrier into the spikes. Ooh, and a nice bomb snipe by BG to get the return. Ballstar trying to get out, unable to get out. Some of all Spears is able to reset. Looks like the caps, one for Fatal, one for Ballstar. I heard that Fatal may or may not have said that no one may cap but him, but it looks like we already did see a cap from Ballstar. 2 caps putting the Fellowship of the Ping in the lead. Ballstar, nice grab. BG getting out. If he gets returned, it's a return for cap scenario. BG's hanging out in the middle. He's going to try to avoid the bombs. And, oh, Ballstar doing a great job hiding behind that spike to avoid the snipe. That was a brilliant job by Ballstar, using the bombs brilliantly. And Tojo is going to be able to get out, but it's a return for cap scenario for a couple seconds. Marwell's got the return instead, though, for some of all Spheres. Yeah, I guess it's not Fatal. It would be Fat Alice. Ooh, Fat Alice sneaks it in for a cap. That was a great job by Fat Alice as he's able to get the angle and narrowly sneaks it in for that cap there. That was brilliant moves. We have it on replay here coming up, and the bomb by BG sets up the cap, and looks like that was a very unfortunate time for BG to hit that bomb. That left the cap wide open there, and the Fellowship of the Ping able to get a 3-0 lead in the first half. Looks like the chat is already calling Fat Alice the MVP here, as Fat Alice able to get the second cap of the game. Again, that's set up by BG hitting that bomb, clearing up the gap, and the time is going to count down here, and it's going to be 3-0 with Fellowship of the Ping taking a surprising lead, a 3-cap lead going into the second half. This could be the first game that Some of All Spheres loses if Fellowship of the Ping has anything to say about it. Great job by Fat Alice getting those 2 captures, 3 minutes of hold time. Tojo getting quite a bit of hold time as well, but we saw a couple defensive blunders that actually did not help Some of All Spheres and actually gave a good, easy cap opportunity for Fellowship of the Ping. They capitalized on it, and it's going to be 3-0 going into the second half. I think that's a very surprising start to the game here as Fellowship of the Ping, 3 uncontested caps to start the first half. This could be the first game that Some of All Spheres loses all season. They've gone all 4 weeks not losing a single game. It's certainly not over. That's only half the game, but Fellowship of the Ping going to make it hard for them to come back on this one with a 3-cap, 3-0 lead. Yeah, we got a lot of hype in the chat. A lot of people are talking about Fat Alice just killing it. We got a lot of people cheering for Fatty. A lot of love there. Kermit's calling for Fat Alice to be the MVP so far. Let's see how the second half plays out. Looks like in the chat, people are talking. Veritas Quo thinks that Luke Moo should change his name to Juke Moo. To anyone out there who's thinking of registering the name Juke-Moo, sounds like it already is registered, so it must have been Luke-Moo who did it, or some other person who was trying to be a Smurf. Sounds like both teams are ready, and we're going to be just moments away from the second half. For anyone who missed the first half, it is 3-0 for Fellowship of the Ping. They are doing a great job with teamwork. Some blunders on the defense for some of all spheres, leading it to a 3-0 early lead for Fellowship of the Ping.
Three, two, one.
And we're off here for the start of the second half. Looks like some of our spheres did a great job getting power-ups. Turbo getting a Juke Juice. Marwell's getting a Juke Juice. Tag Pro. Ballstar, great job getting out of base. He's coming around the corner, and nice block by Luke Moo. Can he get around? He's able to get it. Brilliant block by Luke Moo, setting up the first cap of the game. That was some excellent defensive work by Luke Moo to get the first cap of the game. I can't believe how well that worked. Instant replay here. You see Luke Moo setting up the block. Tojo unable to get around, and that's going to be the first cap of the game. Fatal Alice coming in. It looks like Tojo's got the flag. Chat thinks that Fat Alice is going to kill it this time. And it's 4-0. Quick lead for Fellowship of the Ping, and they're not showing any signs of stopping, but Tojo coming in, nice block, and is he going to be able to come around? He tries the same move that just got pulled on them, unable to do so. Iblis gets the grab, and they're not going to be able to cap that time. Lukum's got it. We got another round of power-ups coming up. Ballstar going to swipe all 3 Juke Juices. And another cap here for Fellowship of the Ping. They are not showing any signs of relenting. It is 5-0, and first loss of the season for some of all spheres if they don't change something drastically and change it soon. Ballstar able to get the grab, and a good job resetting. Some of all spheres will be able to reset on defense. And it looks like KR coming in. Turbo, a nice block, and that bomb allowed Fat Alice to get out of there. Iblis needs to return for cap, and he gets the return, but Turbo's there, and he misses it, and Fat Alice is going to be able to get a nice cap. That's going to be a third cap for the Fellowship of the Ping. And that was just a little bit of an overcommit right here by Turbo. There's the overcommit, and Fat Alice for the third cap of the game. That's going to make it 6-0 cumulative. Looks like we got one cap by Fat Alice, Ballstar, and Luke Moo. They're all doing it. We've got defensive players capping. Some of us spheres not able to get things lined up, and even the defense of the Fellowship of the Ping able to score. Ballstar making another grab. Marwell is trying to get the return, able to get it. Fat Alice going for the regrab. Let's see what the MVP can do here. Unable to get out past Marwells and Turbo and Tojo and KR trying to do something. They need to do anything for some of our spheres, and they do get a grab. They're coming around. Turbo trying to set up the block, and Fat Alice, MVP, perfect positioning to get the return to prevent the cap. KR using that bomb, but a good positioning by Iblis. And with 6 minutes, it looks like... Oh, there's a nice... can they sneak it in? And they sneak in the cap there at the very end. That was a very close one by Tojo to be able to sneak the cap in. He started with the bomb there. He's coming around in a nice block by Marwell's. Good bomb defusal by Tojo, able to sneak it in past Ballstar. Tojo coming in here for a second cap, trying to do it here. It's a 6-1 cumulative score. They need 5 more caps to tie the game, or they're gonna. Some of All Spheres may lose their first game of the season. Tojo gets returned by Iblis. Luke Moo trying to come in for a cap, but KR, good job getting out of there. Marwell's unable to contain. Iblis will get the return, potentially. Oh, he almost had the return. KR, good job stretching that out. And KR is going to try for a cap, but with no defensive players in base, it's going to be very difficult. We've got another round of power-ups here, and it looks like Marwell's grabbing the Juke Juice, and Iblis able to get a Tag Pro. That Tag Pro lead will help Fat Alice. Fat Alice has already been playing very well. Tojo, little greedy there, trying to get that rolling bomb, unable to get it. And it looks like KR, if he can get a block from Marwell's, but Iblis comes in with the Tag Pro and prevents the cap. Had Iblis not had that Tag Pro, it would have been a different story. And Iblis just holding on to that flag. I think right now, Fellowship of the Pig just wants to hold that flag as long as possible. I don't think they're caring about caps too much anymore, other than cap differential. I mean, they just want to get that flag out of base and hold on to it as much as possible, play very conservatively, and prevent any caps from some of All Spheres. KR using the middle route to get out, but looks like Marwell's there, came in and pushed the player into the flag to get the return. That was not the best time for Marwell's to do that. Quick replay here. Marwell's hitting the boost. Luke Moo gets the return because of Marwell's. I think the stat will go to Luke Moo, but Marwell should get the credit for that one. And KR with the regrab. And there we've got a second cap for some of All Spheres. They've got 4 to go to be able to even have any chance of tying it here. This could be the comeback of the century. Let's see what happens. That was some great timing, great defuse of the bomb. I think I missed it on the replay there, but great job with that bomb defuse to open up the cap. I didn't even see it coming. It came out of nowhere. Looks like the Fellowship of the Pig didn't see it coming either, and that bomb blew him out of position for the easy cap. It's 3-2 this half, and Fellowship of the Pig are up by 4 caps. And some of All Spheres doing a good job on power-up control again. Tojo coming in with that rolling bomb. That should be helpful. But Ballstar was able to get the Tag Pro, and that's going to allow Fat Alice a nice job getting out. He's leading him very well, able to get the pop, and it looks like Ballstar coming over. Luke Moo trying to set up the snipe. Narrowly misses it. That could have been a cap as Ballstar had the Tag Pro lead. Tag Pro runs out. It's a return for cap situation. They got the return, and that's the cap. I think we jumped a little bit too quick to replay there. Got a little excited there as some of All Spheres able to get the second cap or third cap of the game. Once again, that was a great job on the return leading up to the cap. And it's a tie game as far as or tie half, but due to that brilliant 3-0 start by Fellowship of the Ping, it's going to make it 6-6. I'm sorry, 6-3. So there's still 3 caps to go for some of All Spheres. They've got 2.5 minutes left to do it, or they will lose their first game of the season. Fat Alice just trying to hold as long as possible here. Want to prevent any caps for some of All Spheres. Some of All Spheres wants to somehow eke out those 3 caps. I've seen it done before, but I think right now Fellowship of the Ping may be the first team to be able to upset some of All Spheres if something doesn't change. Although Tojo coming in, some nice blocks. Tojo able to get another cap. That's a 4th cap, and the deficit is reduced to 2. And KR coming in with the flag. They're trying to get a return. Not able to get it. And here's a replay here real quick. Tojo able to get it. Nice blocks by Turbo and Marwell's. And we've got 2 caps to go. 2 minutes left. It's still possible for some of all Spheres to hold on to their undefeated record. It's going to be difficult, but they've been doing a good job keeping that velocity up. This is going to be a very close one if this keeps up. Tojo with the flag. Ballstar's got it as well. No one is chasing Ballstar at the moment. Ballstar's all on his own by the base. KR, they're all playing very conservatively. And KR misses the snipe, but able to defuse the rolling bomb and regrab. Nice return. Tojo almost was able to get one more cap, leading it to 1 cap, but Fat Alice there saving the day, able to get the regrab. Turbo gets off regrab, trying to chase. They're desperately going after it. Tojo up there. Nice boost by Marwells to get the nice block for Tojo. Ballstar able to get out of there. Marwells wants that return. Turbo misses the boost. Huge mistake by Fatal earlier, says Carlander. Turbo, good job getting that return. Tojo, Fatal, it's not Fatal, I'm sorry, it's Fat Alice. Let's look at what he can do. Nice job by Turbo, and Marwell's getting the return. Nice bomb, and if Iblis gets a return, it's a cap. Marwell's trying to get it. They get the return. Ukmu's there to prevent the cap. This is a very close one. Hold on to your hats, folks. There's 30 seconds left. We've got a kiss. That is going to make it very difficult for some of all Spheres. We are 30 seconds away from the only team, the only undefeated team getting defeated if nothing changes. There's 20 seconds left. It might not be possible. Fat Alice with the flag. KR trying to come in. Ballstar, rolling bomb, regrab. We're in the last 10 seconds, and I think that they're definitely desperate here, and I don't think anything's going to be able to be done. You guys have witnessed it, and that has been the first time Some of All Spheres has lost 6-4. Very close game. They did a great job coming back in the second half. Some novice mistakes here from Fellowship of the Ping at the end, but it did not matter because of the dominant first half that Fellowship of the Ping was able to surmount, and they were able to secure their win and have a great upset here for the first game, and that's going to mean that the Some of All Spheres is now 8-1. They lost to Fellowship of the Ping. Yeah, and looking at that hold time, Tojo crosses the 4-minute mark. Tojo, great job getting that hold time. It's a very exciting game to watch, as we were able to see. I mean, Some of All Spheres had the best record in the league, and Fellowship of the Ping able to get that teamwork together. A dominant first half, using that momentum for them, able to come into the second half with a nice advantage, and they sure used it. Some of All Spheres, some good play. It looked like a couple minutes there at the end that it looks like they might have been able to come back. There was only 2 caps left with 2 minutes, and it was looking like Some of All Spheres maybe had a chance. Unfortunately, they're unable to unfortunately for them, unable to capitalize on it, and that will be the first loss of them for the season. All right, I just got a urgent message from Kermit saying that Fat Alice, as I've been calling him, doesn't actually go by the name Fat Alice, and I'm going to blame all the people in chat here. They've been leading me astray and informing me that it's pronounced Fat Alice. I should have known better. It looks like he likes to go by the Fatal Ace. It looks like it's on his Mumble comment. I did not do trusting the chat. So a little apology there for Fat Alice. I hope I can make the change and call him the Fatal Ace for the next one. I think by not capitalizing the words separately, he kind of leaves that up to interpretation. So that was my interpretation for the first game. But I bet that all the viewers were getting a kick out of it. Well, we are getting ready for the second game here. It's going to be on Smirk. If you were tuning in for the first game, you witnessed Fellowship of the Ping in quite the upset as they were able to squeak out a 6-4 victory for the first loss for Some of All Spheres, and that was on Bombing Run. We saw some great teamwork by Fellowship of the Ping first half. At the end of the second half, they almost started losing it, so it'll be interesting to see as we go into this second game if Fellowship of the Ping are able to reclaim that teamwork that they had going into that first half with that 3-0 win. So let's see what they're able to do. Looks like we're going to start off with, again, one of each power-up. We've got a Juke Juice, Rolling Bomb, and Take Pro in the center. So I think that Take Pro will be interesting to see who's going to get it. It looks like Turbo's got the best spawn. Tojo actually came in with a nice spawn. Iblis is going to fight him for it, but Tojo gets it. That's going to be a nice advantage for Some of All Spheres, and they're going to want that because they want to get to a nice early lead in this game. All-Star making a nice grab, a nice bounce off of Marwell's. He might have them beat, but Turbo does a nice job using the team boost to get down the Fatal Ace, as I heard he likes to be called, unable to get out with that handoff. It looked like it was going to be close. And we're seeing a few flaccets here. This is a nice, this is Smirk Baggy, and this is more of a defensive map, it seems, with that defense has a nice button there to prevent the top and a team boost to prevent the bottom. It also helps the defenders, as you just saw, get ahead of the players. Be interesting to see what the offense does to try to circumvent this. They've got a team boost of their own to use, as you just saw from Fellowship of the Ping. Ballstar, nice grab top. He's past two. Turbo coming in with a Juke Juice behind. Nice button. Tojo there. Can he get around Tojo? Ballstar, nice block by Iblis. He's going to try to get around KR, and KR getting a nice return. The Fatal Ace there for the regrab. Turbo's going to line up that team boost. Unable to get the snipe, but he is able to contain and get the return. And both teams able to reset again. We didn't see that too much with the bombing run, and that shows you these are just definitely different maps here. Ballstar able to get out though, and dodges the team boost, and that's gonna be a spike. He's got two to beat. We've got block set up by Luke Moo, Iblis, Ballstar coming in. A nice, I don't even know what happened there. It looks like there's a boost in there, and a whole bunch of stuff happened. We had a grab, return, and then another return. So I guess the net effect is there was no cap. Turbo. Brilliant job using that team boost. It was risky, but he was able to prevent the grab from getting out. That was a great job by Turbo to prevent the cap. Let's see that on instant replay here. You see Fat Alice grabs it, sorry, Fatal Ace, and Turbo able to line up that snipe and get the return. Now I'm going to be messed up. I'm going to be calling him Fat Alice from now on. Looks like Ballstar and Luke Moo getting some blocks. Iblis getting blocks, but there's only 2 Fellowship of the Ping players and 3 of the Some of All Spheres, and they were able to do a good job preventing the cap. Tojo unable to get out. Good job by Iblis, and he also defended the handoff. Again, the chat is wanting me to call him Fat Alice for the remainder of the game. They're going to kick out of it, and it might be easier for me because I certainly have messed it up by calling him that for the whole game. Let's see what Turbo does. Unable to get out, but it sends up the potential handoff. Iblis is going to have to use that team boost. Good job by KR doing the stutter step, but Luke Moo able to get in there. He's got a nice boost, and Iblis there to prevent the... to prevent Some of All Spheres from being able to get out with the flag. It's been a scoreless game so far. We're 4 minutes into the game. Should have another round of power-ups coming up fairly shortly. Let's see how those turn out. Tojo is using this opportunity to try to make a grab. Iblis a little overcommit, and Tojo able to get past him. And it looks like Iblis able to get a good return there with a team boost. I think Lukemu was in front of him as well. Ballstar got the juke juice, but Turbo, great job pushing him into that corner by the spike. You don't see that used very often. The score time to ball is 0-0. It's game 2, half 1. The first game was a win by Fellowship of the Ping. It was quite an upset, 6-4. And with this game halfway over, we're not seeing any caps. You know, it's indicative of this very defensive-heavy map. Both defenses doing a great job. Ballstar tried to get grab. He's able to do it, and they did a great job to prevent the Fatal Ace from getting a handoff. Looks like we got power-ups coming up again. Ballstar fighting Tojo, and KR is going to swoop in and take it from the two of them. They got two of them. I'd be very impressed if Ballstar is able to get it. Turbo grabbing a juke. Sorry, it's a Tag Pro. Looks like they've got a good advantage on the power-ups as Turbo has that Tag Pro, and he's going to be able to get a nice lead. He's going to clear the button top. Tojo is past 2. Ballstar there to try to prevent it. Fatal Ace trying to grab the button. KR there. And a nice job. Great blocks by KR. Good return, and that sets up the cap. That was a great teamwork for Some of All Spheres to get the first cap of the game. Turbo coming in with the regrab. He might be able to get another cap here. I'm going to switch to the replay real quick. Watch this block by KR. Marwells pushes up, gets the return, and Tojo for the cap. Back to the action here. Turbo boosting in. Nice job. Marwells with the blocks again, and almost got another cap, but they're still not over, and good job by the Fatal Ace to get that. And we got power-ups again. Turbo able to get it. Luke Moon Tojo fighting for it as a rolling bomb deployed immediately. Both teams with a Tag Pro. Looks like they're both going to attack the offense with it. Turbo, good job. He's going to be able to line up another Tag Pro lead. He's going to be able to secure that button. And he's only past 1, though. He's past 2 now with that Flaccid. Luke Moo trying to line up the snipe. Misses it. He's past 3. There's 1 to beat. It's Ballstar. He's got a Tag Pro. It's going to be difficult to get around. Can they suicide? Oh, a nice block. Ballstar sneaking in there to get the grab to prevent the cap. Good job by Ballstar. And here we go. Luke Moo return for cap. And what? The Fatal Ace prevents that cap. I can't believe that. That was unbelievable job by Fatal Ace. Watch this. Oh, sorry. I lost the replay. Yeah, missed the replay, but that was a great job by Fatal Ace to prevent that cap. I wish we had a replay of that. Apologize for that one. That was quite a cap, but that'll be on the video on demand here. Ballstar, great job. Turbo unable to get the cap there or get the return. Great job by Ballstar. This one we do have a replay of. Watch this here as Ballstar comes. Nice block by Iblis. Turbo almost gets the return. Unable to get it. I apologize. I think during the replay, we just got a cap there for Fellowship of the Ping. I apologize. I didn't get that on tape. We won't be able to grab that one, but the Fatal Ace trying to get another one, hits a spike. Fellowship of the Ping comes up into the lead. And again, they are winning the first half. Ballstar coming in. Could we have a second upset? Could the Fellowship of the Ping win both games tonight against a previously undefeated team? They've played 4 other teams so far in MLTP, unable to the other team's unable to get a win, and now it looks like Fellowship of the Ping coming ahead again, leading game 1, this time by only 1 cap. Fatal Ace, nice job with that juke juice getting around. Tojo sneaks in to get the grab, and this is very close quarters here. Luke Moo getting that button, pushes Fatal Ace out of it. Fatal Ace needs to do some jukes, unable to do it. That was a good job by the Some of All Spheres with the positioning. That was almost a cap, another cap for the Fellowship of the Ping. Looks like both teams might be able to reset here. Ballstar, great grab. Nice button by Noah. Fatal Ace with the regrab. Oh, great button by Luke Moo. Can Fatal Ace get past Turbo? He can't do it. Noah's there. Turbo's there. Fatal Ace has to get past 4. Now he's only going to get past 2, but Ballstar pushes him in. Noah gets the return. Let's look at the captures here. 1 capture for Tojo, Ballstar, and Fatal Ace. And returns look pretty similar between the two teams. Turbo in the lead with 13 returns. We've seen some great snipes, and he almost prevented a cap earlier in the game, but they were able to sneak it in there. And we're seeing Flacids here. The last 15 seconds, I don't know if it's going to be possible for this. And for the second time in a row, Fellowship of the Ping, they've got a lead going into the second half. I know there are people who are saying that they didn't think it could be done. Some of All Spheres has been dominating this season. They've won 8 games, lost 0, and we had quite an upset the first game due to the lead that Fellowship of the Ping had in the first half. Had they not had a 3-0 blowout and it'd been the other way around, or even a no-scoring game, or even a 1-cap advantage, it'd have been a tie. Actually, had they only had a 1-cap advantage, it would have been some of All Spheres to score. So here we are yet again going into the second half with Fellowship of the Ping with a 1-cap advantage. That's going to probably be very helpful for them, as they know that it's going to be that much easier for them to win it. They've got they've probably got to be pretty excited here going into the second half. They've been playing brilliant game. Carlander doesn't think it can be done. I'm not sure either. I think some of All Spheres did a really good job in the second half of the first game trying to catch up. They ended up beating them in the half by 1 cap, which in this case would mean a tie. But, you know, it would definitely... It's anyone's game here, but Fellowship of the Ping's got to be happy that they've got that 1-cap advantage. And Carlander in the chat pointing out that if Fellowship of the Ping panics on this map like they did on the first map, half 2, they will lose this time. They've only got a 1-cap advantage, so they've got no chances. They've got only one cap is not that much. You know, one mistake there, and that advantage is wiped away. So they need to be on point here to be able to see what they can do. Sweeter pointing out that if they get less points, they may just lose. He thinks he's some kind of scientist there to be able to figure that out. Tanador calling him Einstein. Take Pro TV making a great point. Some of All Spheres definitely need to get more caps than Fellowship of the Ping in order to win. In fact, they're going to need to get, I think, if my math serves me correct, there'd be 2 more caps in order to win. So we'll see. Yeah, Take Pro's really a simple game. It's all about who brings the opponent's flag to their flag back to their flag more. Says the Fran JS. Nice expert analysis there. Oh, we got the scoreboard wrong.
2, 1.
There we have it, 2-1. Fellowship of the Ping with the early advantage. And But it's a new half here, anyone's game. We had some nice expert analysis, and let's see what happens here. It's all about what the players can do, who can get the most caps. It's Tag Pro. That's what it's about, folks. Nothing more. All you can hope for is that the commentator says your name right. After that, you just need the caps. After a bit of a slow start, none of the power-ups able to do anything for either team. Fatal Ace coming in. Nice job getting out. Ballstar with some great blocks, but Marwild's able to get the nice return there. There was some great blocks by Ballstar, and I'm really disappointed that they weren't able to get out. Iblis, and some of all Spheres able to get a nice snipe there. Watch this again. Fatal Ace able to get it. I can't say it. Ballstar blocking out Turbo, but Marwell is able to get the nice return. Tojo's coming in with the flag meanwhile. Ballstar getting a grab with that Tag Pro lead. And Turbo trying to set up another snipe. Turbo has been on point with these snipes. And looks like KR's coming in. He could have a chance here. Luke Moo grabs it. Iblis grabs it. And looks like the whole team wants to grab it. Grab the flag. Looks like Iblis's return. Ballstar's there. And we're having flaccid everywhere. FronJS is ready for people to pop some balls. Let's see what happens. We're definitely seeing a lot of that with these flacids. But again, it is a very defensive-heavy map. Hard for the offense to get out. We got another round of power-ups to go. Let's see what happens. Looks like Ballstar is waiting on right side. Fatal Ace waiting on the left side. Both players are contested except for Luke Moo grabs a Tag Pro out of nowhere. And looks like the Fellowship of the Ping, a great early advantage on power-ups. Luke Moo unfortunately goes Tag Pro. He's going to have difficulty getting out. And Fatal Ace should have gone potentially top, although they probably would have gotten the button. Good decision by him. Unable to get out. He would have been past 4 though. Tojo, good job boosting in, getting a grab off Iblis. KR trying to get the top button. Can he hold it? Luke Moo's trying to get it. And good job by Luke Moo getting around and getting that button. Ballstar making a grab. Marwell's with the return. Fatal Ace with the... you guys have screwed me up. I can't say this guy's name. I'm trying to say Fat Alice every time. But yeah, Fatal Ace unable to get out. Tojo's going to give a shot. And Tojo, good job getting past Iblis, but Luke Moo with a nice snipe. And Ballstar unable to get out. Looks like Fatal Ace able to get a nice boost. He's got past 2. Looks like KR's there. Iblis is the only one there to be able to block. Fatal Ace needs to give a little bit of second because Luke Moo's got that Tag Pro. He's going to be able to lead him. He's going to try to get a few returns here. Unable to get them. Actually, a few tags, and he does get 1 tag. Good job spiking himself. Not a problem because he's respawning. Able to come up, trying to get a couple more. Turbo's unable to get that snipe because of Luke Moo. Tojo, great job just spinning around, only 1 chasing him. And Turbo pushes his own teammate into the flag. And yeah, that was not probably the best idea. Fatal Ace, good job bombing. He should have gone up. They had the blocks on him. I think he could have had the cap there. Fatal Ace with a great bomb. Misses the spike. Unable to get the cap there. I don't know if it was the best decision. Let's watch a replay and see if he would have been able to get through had he gone top. So we've got the button there. Good job by Luke Moo. They've got 2 blocking Marwells. He's the last guy back. No, I guess they didn't have him blocked up. So I think that he just didn't have a chance to cap that one. It looked like it was very close. On second watch there, they didn't quite have the blocks the way they needed them. Good job being able to get past 2 blockers. Ballstar making the grab. Fatal Ace trying to set up a block, but Marwell's slipping past it. It's still 0-0, and I think every minute that passes without a cap, Fellowship of the Ping is getting happier because that is just that much closer for them to get a second victory against a previously undefeated team. Now, we just need 1 team to start panicking, and there could be a lot of caps, so it's certainly anyone's game. Turbo and Marwell is playing a nice conservative contain, but Ballstar, he does a circle around Marwell's. Gets Turbo out of position because Turbo had to do the snipe. Fatal Ace coming in, gets the boost, and boost directly into the spike. You can't cap that way. That spike doesn't get much action, but in that case, it was a good job. And Marwell's almost able to get past 3. Iblis doing a good job on defense. We've seen a couple close calls today, but that spike was in the way. We had 2 players on the Fellowship of the Ping couldn't set up a block on 1 player of the Sum of All Spheres. Just a little bit of sloppy play here, and that's going to lead to the fact that there's 0-0. You combine that with a very defensive heavy map, and you're not going to get caps. Turbo, good job going around. Can he team boost over? Not quite. Good job by Fellowship of the Ping getting there, but Turbo splits them. He's past 2. Fatal ace there. Ballstar making the grab, and if they can get that button there, Ballstar is going to be past 3. KR is the only thing standing between Ballstar and a cap here, which would put Fellowship of the Ping in a 2-cap lead. They need to block him in. They get the bomb, and Ballstar gets the cap. It's 3-1 cumulative here. Great job with that bomb. Ballstar able to get the cap. A nice bomb snipe. That was a great job, and now Fellowship of the Ping can be happy as it's closer. Let's get that on replay here. KR's over here on the top. Ballstar waiting on that cap, and a good job by Lukemu. Hits the bomb, and the boost pushes him in for the cap. You don't see that too often. Great job holding the button. Great teamwork, communication. 3 of 4 players involved in that cap. That was a sweet cap. Great job for Fellowship of the Ping. And with 3 minutes remaining, Sum of All Spheres has to really start thinking, what are they going to do here? They've already lost the first game. They could call it off as a fluke, but I think in order to do that, they're going to have to win the second game. With 2-cap advantage for Fellowship of the Ping, they're going to have to start doing something quick. There's only 3 minutes. That's 1 minute more than cap that they need. They need almost 1 cap per minute. This is going to be very difficult for Sum of All Spheres, but if Fellowship of the Ping starts panicking again, they could have a chance to come back on this one. They're losing on these power-ups, guys. It looked like Turbo was able to get a Juke Juice rolling bomb. Ballstar's got a Tag Pro. That's not going to be helpful. And Ballstar's passed 3 of them. Can 2 players get the blocks in? This time they can. Lukemu and Iblis learning from their mistakes. They're able to get a nice block to be able to prevent the cap or get the cap. Good job that time. 2 players being able to block out 1. That was a great job. Fatal Ace getting it. Tojo, a nice snipe. Let's watch these blocks here. Nice job by Lukemu and Iblis to get the cap. And Tojo, I'm sorry, Sum of All Spheres, you're not going to win by continually pushing your players into the chasers. That was very unfortunate timing and communication there by Tojo and Sum of All Spheres. They need to get together here to win it. Watch this again. Tojo on the team boost. They get the grab, and he pushes him right into the player. Can't win like that. 1.5 minutes left. They need 2 caps. Let's see what can happen. Carlander already calling it a GG. Let's see what happens. It's with a minute left, anything can happen, but Iblis, a nice spawn preventing the cap. This ship may have sailed here, and it might have been 2 upsets for Fellowship of the Ping. They are firing on all cylinders tonight. I haven't seen them panic yet, and it looks like at this point with 1 minute left, Sum of All Spheres needs to be the one to panic. They got to change something. They need to go 3-0. It looks like they're going 3-0. Tojo with it. We got a handoff to Turbo. KR actually. Turbo with the block. KR coming out. Ballstar with the flag. He almost spikes himself. KR can't get out. Iblis is containing him. Iblis overcommits. Lukemu got the button. Good job by Lukemu. Ballstar coming in. Can Iblis get the block? He can't, and it looks like Tojo is going to be able to get out. Lukemu at the button again. Both teams frantically trying to end this game, and Sum of All Spheres the most frantic as they're about to get shut out tonight. 0-2. Tojo with the rolling bomb. We've got 30 seconds left. This is going to be very close here. Ballstar is in their base with attack pro. It's going to be very difficult for them to be able to win this, and there's 20 seconds left. I think we may see it. The Fatal Ace with a nice take pro lead by Ballstar. Can we get another cap in here? Turbo trying to get out. He gets out, and it looks like Turbo's going to get past almost all 4. He gets a little rebound, splits the 2 of them. Fancy moves by Turbo. He hits the spike. Lukemu's just trying to hold on for dear life. Marwells misses the snipe, and as the time comes down, 4-1 final score. Fellowship of the Ping winning the second game. Catalyst saying that last minute looks like a pub game. It was so frantic, both teams, everyone going all over. You're not seeing any 2 offense, 2 defense, and boy, was that quite a finish as the Fellowship of the Ping 2 times tonight, able to win against the heavily favored Sum of All Spheres. They came into this night thinking it was going to be another easy week, I think, with, they're winning 4 straight weeks in a row, 2 games a night, and they're undefeated. And then Fellowship of the Ping getting their act together. We've seen some good work by Fatal Ace, and in the end, Ballstar, great job, Luke Moo. They're able to get that nice teamwork, and they really had momentum going for them. Listening to the chat room here, it looks like Catalyst is saying that Fatal and Ballstar were MVPs of Game 1 and Game 2, respectively. So Fatal Ace, or the Fat Alice, as I called him, Game 1, he had some great jukes, and good job getting some nice caps. Ballstar, MVP of this game, according to Catalyst. So great job by the teams. Ballstar making a comment. He didn't think that anyone would believe it. We've seen this excellent play by Fellowship of the Ping, playing an excellent team, Sum of All Spheres. Sum of All Spheres needs to really reflect on this and try to learn some lessons here. It does suck. No one thinks that they're going to get through the season all the way undefeated. I don't think you can expect that. We knew it was going to come. Looks like it came this week, and it came hard. Fellowship of the Pink, great job firing on all cylinders tonight. Some of All Spheres needs to regroup coming into next week and stay dominant here. They can't let this come to them too quickly. We saw some good plays by them, especially the second half of the first game, as the Fellowship of the Pink started panicking, and Some of All Spheres almost pulled off a 6-cap deficit to win the game, but they couldn't quite do it. So great games tonight, and I want to thank everyone for watching this game tonight. This has been a presentation of Sponson TV. MLTP Week 6, Fellowship of the Ping versus Sum of All Spheres. We saw a couple upsets tonight, as Fellowship of the Ping able to get together and get both wins tonight. I'll see you guys next week.